Hey guys, so sorry for the technical difficulties. We've tried 3 computers now, so let's see how this works. I'm so excited to connect with you guys. I don't know if you're watching live or if you want to come back and watch this recorded because we're an hour later. But anyways, thank you for taking the time for yourself. Thank you to Dr. Naeem and any of his clients that are joining. I really wanted to do this webinar to spread the word. Number one, we're about to start into a new year, but I just really want to spread the word on how important it is to put yourself first and to take care of you. With the holidays and all the preparing, and we've done so much giving, and it's time to focus on us and give to yourself. I have firsthand experience on this. I was a giver my whole life. I always took care of everyone else. I always put myself last and just always assumed that I would be fine. And at 25 years old, my life came to a screeching halt. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder called POTS, but my body was stuck in fight or flight. I felt like someone who's having a panic attack all the time. And I went through several doctors, and someone finally introduced me to holistic healing, and I have done several modalities, but in the process of healing from the inside out, I learned that I had to put myself first. I have to put up boundaries and take care of me. So I want to share with you one of the ways that I learned to take care of my body. Our body is a vehicle for our soul. This is all we have. This is what carries us through life. So if we don't take care of us, and if we don't take care of our bodies, how can we take care of anybody else? So one of the things I want to talk about is inflammation. Inflammation is the root of almost every illness, whether it be cancer, autoimmune, or even just that you don't have any energy or you don't feel good, or you're having a hard time losing weight. There's 2 types of inflammation. Acute inflammation is just when you fall and cut yourself and it becomes red and inflamed and all the white blood cells gather here. That's actually a good response. That's the type of inflammation that we need to survive. But chronic inflammation is what we don't need. Chronic inflammation is when your body is confused. It's almost like a damaging immune response. It's when you have a poor diet, when you don't exercise, when you have a lot of toxins, when you smoke and drink and add all these things, it creates a lot of inflammation. So your body begins to fight all these toxins. And then when you really do get sick, it has a hard time fighting it because your body is almost in defense mode all the time. So, it creates blood sugar imbalances. It's harder to lose weight. Inflammation is just not what we want to have. So I want to go over some steps that I have done in my healing process to cut down or even possibly eliminate inflammation in the body. So the first one is drink more water. It's probably a good rule of thumb is 8 ounces of water a day. But if you can drink more than that, please do. I mean, it's good for your enzyme function. It's good for tissue repair. It's good for detox, hydration. Our body is made of water, and we need water. So good, fresh, clean water. And the second thing is breathe. Our breath is our connection to living. When we take a breath, we are taking a breath in life. And I think it's very important to focus on your breathing. Find time during your day and focus on your breathing. One of the breathing exercises that I've learned is if you put your hand on your chest and then put your hand on your belly and breathe deep belly breaths. See how my hand on my belly is moving, but my hand on my chest is not? That's how you want it. Your hand on your chest should never move. Just breathe these deep belly breaths. If you do that when you lay in bed at night, you're taking yourself out of your sympathetic nervous system and into your, which is your fight or flight, and into your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your more calming, relaxed state, which is where we should strive to be in most of the time. But really take time to focus on your breath. If you're feeling stressed, if you've got something going on at work and you just feel really overwhelmed, stop and breathe. Just focus on your breathing. Go outside and get fresh air. If you sit in an office all day, go. Get outside and get some fresh air, even if it's for 5 minutes. You need fresh air. And then the third thing is avoid toxins. You know, our skin is our biggest organ in our body, and it soaks in every single thing that you put on it. So when you put on those lotions that are full of perfume and even spray perfume on, those chemicals are toxic to our body. So there's so many options these days that are available to us at the stores, like lotions without parabens, and you can find different avenues that aren't so toxic to the body. So just being aware of that and cutting out those chemicals in your beauty products. There's so many things that you can use, alternatives. And if you have any questions about that, by all means, email me. If I haven't tried it, I've probably heard about it. So there are alternatives to any beauty product that are less toxic to the body. The fourth thing is reduce your stress. And I know that stress is always going to be a part of our lives, but you are the only one that has control of your response to it. So if you learn how to regulate your response to stress, that's how you can reduce your stress. Through my coaching, a lot of times this is what we talk about. And I tell people, when someone's rude to you, a lot of times it's not even about you. Stop taking stuff so personal. That's one way to really reduce your stress, is if you quit taking things personal and realize it's not about you, then you're less likely to get stressed about things and let things bother you. Maybe they just got in a fight with their husband. Maybe their boss yelled at them. It's not about you. So that's one of the things that I think you can help reduce your stress level, but you always have control of your reaction. If you're stuck in traffic, maybe that means you just need to be in that moment. Come back and be present instead of racing to the next spot. Maybe that's exactly where you need to be at that moment, and accept that. The next step is sleep. It's very important to get an adequate amount of sleep. 6 to 7 hours at least, even 8 a day, but good quality sleep. Like I said, do that breathing exercise to calm yourself down. Get yourself in a relaxed state before bed. Set an intention. Set an intention that you get a deep, healing, restful sleep. Or whatever it is that you need at that time. But be aware that you need adequate sleep. And then number 6 is self-care. Take time for yourself, even if it's 5 minutes. Journal, sit with yourself, have a cup of coffee, and just be with yourself. I know what I do is I take a bath every single night. That's my time for me. That's where I unwind. That's where I connect with myself. I process the day. That's my me time. And my husband knows, everybody knows, when I'm taking a bath, leave me alone. That's my time. So find some time for yourself and exercise, move your body, get your things flowing, help your body detox. It lowers your blood pressure. And hey, I know this all sounds like a lot, but what about taking a walk outside? You're getting your exercise, you're getting your fresh air, breathing, and you're taking time for yourself. So focus on what works for you. These are just tips that have worked for me and ways that work for me, but find what works best for you. What do you do for yourself? What makes you feel good? Meditate, yoga, give yourself that time. And if you don't have time for it, it means you need time for it. So make it. And the next thing is, the last thing, and I think the most important, is eat real food. There's so many food-like products these days with saturated fats, trans fats, preservatives, artificial flavoring, food-like products that aren't even real food. I can't reiterate enough how important it is to have real food. All these food-like products and these chemicals and additives add so much inflammation in your body. Any autoimmune disease is caused from inflammation. So the things that you can eat is increase your essential fatty acids, nuts, seeds, avocado, salmon, things that are rich in omegas. It helps, they're anti-inflammatories. So, and then eat fresh vegetables. You cannot eat enough fresh vegetables, especially greens. That helps make your body more alkaline. That way you can help balance your pH. When you become very acidic, that also causes inflammation. So, and then reduce your red meat and your dairy. And I love my cheese, but dairy does cause inflammation. So I'm not saying quit eating it, but reducing it does help. If you can quit, that's great too. But, and then sugar. Sugar's awful for you. Sugar does to you what crack cocaine does. It's addictive. It destroys your body. It's very disruptive to your immune system and your digestion system, and it causes, once again, inflammation. So sugar is not your friend. And I'm not saying deprive yourself, but give it up for a few weeks. And then if you have to have that cookie, go eat that cookie, but recognize how you feel. Notice your symptoms, notice your body, notice your energy level. And I guarantee you, the more attention you pay to that, the less likely you're going to enjoy sugar the way that you used to. So, and bless your food. The energy behind blessing your food, it's sending love and light into your food. That makes a difference, I promise you. And, you know, and have that intention of eating better. Be more conscious of what you're eating. So be conscious of trying to have real foods, eat whole foods, and have have your complex carbs like whole grains, high fiber foods. These regulate your immune function. They help fight inflammation. So, you know, just avoid your saturated fats, your trans fats, and all the chemicals. And I just think the more conscious you become of what you're eating, and I'm to the point now where if I eat something processed, I taste the chemicals. So once you start cutting this stuff out, I know it's a process. I know it's a way of living. It's changing your way of living. And take one step at a time. Breathe, be in the moment, and just put yourself first. That's my whole point of today, is put yourself first and take care of you. Gain the knowledge, whatever it is that you need to put up your boundaries and take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else. And putting yourself first is not selfish. It's smart. So email me for any questions. Like I said, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, but go sign up for my website. It's adailydoseofpositive.com. I send out free recipes and you get my blog posts. And if you have questions, email me at lauren@adailydoseofpositive.com, or you can comment below. And Happy New Year. I'm sending you so much love and light and blessings for 2015. It's going to be a great year. Put yourself first and keep tuning in, because I'm going to continue to give out tips on how to take care of you. So Happy New Year.